Okay, today we'll start another part of Laplace transformation, properties of Laplace transform and its application. Actually, in previous lecture, we have studied about what is Laplace transformation and the historical background of Laplace transformation and why we use Laplace transformation in different fields of science, especially in engineering. So today we will study about properties of Laplace transformation and its application actually. So now elementary properties of Laplace transformation actually, which properties have in Laplace transformations. First of all, the linear property. If C1 and C2 are any constants, then F1 and F2 are functions with Laplace transforms. So then F1 and F2, Laplace transformation of function F1 and Laplace transformation of F2 can be written as combinedly like this: Laplace transformation of C1 F1 of t plus C2 into F2 t equals to C1 into Laplace transformation of F1 plus C2 into Laplace transformation of second function actually. So this is the actually uh, main properties and first properties of Laplace transformation. Now first translation or shifting property. Actually, this is the shifting property. If Laplace transformation of f of t can be written as f of s, you must know from the definition of Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s. Then Laplace transformation if e to the power a t into f of t equals to f of s minus a. So this exponential function multiplied with f of t, this f of t can be written as f equal f in f of s minus a, and this is actually shifting property. We are shifting this exponential function, and it is called also first translation or first shifting property. Now another second translation or shifting property: if Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s, and this gt function combinedly can be written as Laplace transformation of f of t minus a, where t greater than a, and gt equals to will be 0 when t less than a. And then Laplace transformation of capital gt can be written as e to the power minus s into f of s. And this is the actually second translation or second shifting property for Laplace transformation. Now Laplace transformation of for derivatives and Laplace transformation of integrals and multiplying by t to the power and division by t. Actually, we will study about these properties today. Okay, and try to prove all the properties of Laplace transformation we have. Okay. So in tabularized form, we can form the properties of Laplace transformation in a tabularized form. So suppose this is the scaling property of f of t. This is the mother function, parent function, and this is the Laplace transformation. Okay. So scaling property f of a t can be written as 1 by a capital F s by a, Laplace transformation of s by a, and derivatives of f of t, derivatives of f, this is the first derivatives and this is the second derivatives and this is the third derivatives. We have to remember this first derivative of Laplace transformation will be equals to s into f of s minus f of 0, where s greater than 0. S is the parameter you must. And second derivatives can be written as s square f of s minus s into f of 0 minus f dash 0, where s greater than 0. We'll try to prove this property, remember. And third derivatives of f of t can be written as s cube f of s minus s square f0 minus f first derivative of 0 and minus double derivative of f at 0, where s greater than 0. This is actually derivative properties for Laplace transformation. Similarly, integral form of the function f of t will be 1 by s Laplace transformation of f of s greater than 0. Initial value property, limit t tends to 0 f of t, and Laplace transform will be limit s tends to 0 s into f of s. Final value property of Laplace transformation, the limit t tends to infinity f of t can be written as Laplace transform as limit s tends to 0. Here t tends to 0, here s tends to 0, remember it, and s into f of s. Now shifting property e to the power minus at into f of t can be written as f of s plus a. Actually, we have proved this result in our previous lecture. Now second shifting property f of t u into t minus a can be written as Laplace transformation as e to the power minus a Laplace transformation of f of t plus a. Now number 8 properties. 8 properties. What will be multiplication by t with any function? That means f of t. T into f of t, the Laplace transform of this can be written as minus dds of f of s. And multiplication by t to the power n, t to the power n f of t can be written as a Laplace transformation of this minus 1 to the power n nth derivative of f of s with respect to s parameter. Now division by t, 1 by t into f of t, the Laplace transformation of this can be written as integration s tends to infinity f of s ds. Now periodic function of f of t can be written as the Laplace transformation 0 to t e to the power minus st f of t divided by 1 minus e to the power minus st f of t small t plus capital T, where capital T is the period. This whole function can be written as f of t. Okay. Now at last, convolution theorem, the product of two function f of t and z of t can be written as the Laplace transformation of individual Laplace transformation of their multiplication. So f of s into z of s. Actually, this is very important properties of Laplace transformation. In next, we'll know about this property much more than other property. Now we'll try to prove this property one by one. We'll try to prove. Now the properties of first property, actually properties of Laplace transform. First transform, Laplace transformation. This is the actually um, first property. First property, which one? Linear properties of Laplace transformation. So Laplace transformation of a into first function plus b into second function can be written as a into Laplace transformation of first function plus b into Laplace transformation of second function. So we'll try to prove this. Laplace transformation a into first function f1t plus b into f2t, second function f2t equals to, according to the definition of Laplace transformation, we must know 0 to infinity e to the power minus st. Remember it. This whole f of t treated as f of t. So according to the definition of Laplace transformation, we can write 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t. Okay, this whole f of t dt. Now a into f1t can be multiplied with this integration. A into 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f1 first function plus b into 0 to infinity e to the power minus st second function. But according to the definition of Laplace transformation, this is the definition of first Laplace transformation of first function. Okay, so a into Laplace transformation of first function plus b into Laplace transformation of second function f2t. So very easy properties, and this is the linear properties for what? Laplace transformation. Now change of scale property. Change of scale property. Scale means a. Okay. So if Laplace transformation of f of t can be written as f of s, then Laplace transformation of f of a t can be written as 1 by a Laplace transformation of s by a. So this f of a t can be written as 1 by a into f of s by a, and this properties is called scale properties. Change of scale properties. Now we'll try to prove these properties. Now Laplace transformation of f of a t can equals to 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of a t dt. equals to 0 to infinity e to the power minus s by a u f of u du divided by a. Actually, here we have taken at equals to what? At equals to u. At equals to u. So dt equals to what will be? Du divided by a. Okay. So just putting here t equals to what? U by a. T equals to what? U by a. T equals to what? U by a. Now this can be written as this, just substituting these values from the right hand side. Now 1 by a from here, e to the power minus s by a u into f of u du. This equals to 1 by a 0 to infinity e to the power minus s by a into t f of t dt. Okay. Now taking s by a equals to capital S, we can write a 1 by a 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t dt. According to the definition of Laplace transformation, we can write this as Laplace transformation of f of t. Okay. Parameter may be anyone, small s, capital S, anyone may be parameter, but we can define this with the similar function f of t. So this can be written as 1 by a f of s, but s equals to what was? S small s by a. This is why we have proved the shifting property, and Laplace transformation of a t of f of a t can be written as 1 by a f of s by a. Very interesting properties. Now first shifting property, if Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s, then Laplace transformation of e to the power 18 to f of t equals to capital F as s minus a. Okay. Laplace transformation of s minus a. This will be equal. So now we'll try to prove this. Laplace transformation of e to the power 80 f of t equals to, this is the left hand side. According to the definition of Laplace transformation, 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t dt. F of t means what? This product function. These two function equals to what? F of t. Now this equals to 0 to infinity e to the power e function. There are two e function. So we are taking e same base, taking same base, and power will be what? Added or subtracted. So e to the power minus s minus a into t f of t dt. Now this can be written as Laplace transformation of 0 to infinity e to the power minus rt f of t dt, where r equals to s minus a. Taking s minus a equals to what? Another parameter, what? R, to make a definition of Laplace transformation. Now 0 to infinity e to the power minus rt f of t dt. Okay. And this equals to what? Capital F of r. Capital F of r. So according to the definition of Laplace transformation, and this equals to f of r equals to what? S minus a. So we got actually the shifting property proved. তোমরা বুঝছো কিনা একটু দেখো সবাই?
জি স্যার।
So using this shifting property, actually we can use different result like this. Laplace transformation of e to the power at into t to the power n can be written as n factorial divided by s minus a to the power n minus 1 factorial. Similarly, Laplace transformation of e to the power at cos hyperbolic bt equals to this, and Laplace transformation of e to the power at sin hyperbolic bt equals to this one. Actually, we have proved in our previous lecture using the basic function of Laplace transformation. We found different Laplace transformation for some basic functions. Now another important theorem. Actually, this is the shifting theorem for Laplace transformation. Heaviside shifting theorem or second translation property. This is very important theorem for you. Now, if Laplace transformation of f of t can be written as f of s, and z t another function equals to 0 to f of zt will be f of t minus a where t greater than a, and zt will be 0 where t lies between 0 and a, but not t equals to a and 0. So then we then prove that Laplace transformation of zt will be e to the power minus s f of s. Now we'll try to prove This theorem named what? Heaviside shifting theorem. Heaviside shifting theorem or second translation properties. Now Laplace transform, left hand side, Laplace transformation of zt equals to, according to the definition, this 0 to infinity e to the power minus st zt dt. This is the definition of Laplace transformation from the previous lecture. Now this can be written as, actually this 0 to infinity, we can divide it into two parts according to the values of the integration. 0 to a e to the power minus st zt dt plus integration limit a to infinity e to the power minus st zt dt. Because this gt function lies between two intervals, one is a 0a and another is what? A to infinity. So a to infinity e to the power minus st zt dt. But according to the given function, this equals to what? 0. Z equals to what? 0. 0, and this equals to what? A to infinity e to the power minus st f of t minus a. Okay, from the given values of the function f of t minus a. Okay, so this one actually a to infinity e to the power minus st f of t minus a. Now a to infinity e to the power minus st f of t minus a dt. Okay, so 0 to infinity e to the power minus s, when we use t minus a equals to u, t minus a equals to u, then dt equals to what will be? Du just. Now t equals to a plus u. Okay, t equals to a plus u, u plus a, and f of u du. To make another linear Laplace transformation, we have substituted this t minus a equals to u. Okay, f of u du, because function will be with single variable or parameter. So this is the constant, because u is the variable here. Integration limits, integration with respect to u. This is why e to the power minus sa will be constant. So 0 to infinity e to the power minus su f of u du, and this whole can be written as Laplace transformation of what? F of u, that means f of t dt. So this whole can be written as, u can be substituted with t. This is why we can write 0 to infinity to the minus st f of t dt. Okay, so Laplace transformation of zt can be written as e to the power minus s Laplace transformation of what? F of t, that means f of s. Very easy properties. Now we'll try to solve some, try to find some Laplace transform of some basic function. Suppose find the Laplace transformation of cos square t. We must know from trigonometric identity, cos twice t equals to what? 2 cos square t minus 1. Because 1 plus cos 2a, formula what? 2 cos square a. Do you know 1 plus cos 2a equals to what? 2 cos square a. Just using this identity of trigonometry, we can write cos square t equals to what? Half cos 2t plus 1. That means Laplace transform of cos square t can be written as Laplace transformation of cos twice t plus 1. Okay, now using the linear property of Laplace transformation of half cos 2t plus Laplace transformation of 1. Okay, now you must know from our previous lecture, Laplace transformation of cos twice t what? S divided by s square plus s square. A means what? 2, and Laplace transformation of 1 what was? 1 by s. So we get, this is the Laplace transformation of cos square t. If Laplace transformation of cos square t is this, then find the Laplace transformation of cos square at. So this will be, we have proved Laplace transformation of cos square t equals to what? This. Now by changing the scale property, okay, scale property, we have Laplace transformation of cos square at equals to 1 by a s becomes s by a. Remember it, s become s by a by using scale property, second property. Okay, s by a whole square plus 2 1 by a. There another constant will come, 1 by a, and all s can become what? S by a. All s changes to what? S by a. Then we get, by using shifting property, we get this. So 1 by a equals to this, and this equals to this. So cos square at can be written as Laplace transformation of cos square at equals to this. Very easy. Now another one, Laplace transformation of t to the power minus half. You must know Laplace transformation of t to the power n from our previous lecture, first lecture. Laplace transformation of t to the power n. What was n plus 1 factorial divided by s to the power n plus 1. Now just putting n equals to minus half, we get t to the power minus half. Okay, just putting t to the n equals to minus half in this formula, we get easily the Laplace transformation of t to the power minus half. So Laplace transformation to the power minus half will be just n equals to half here, minus half factorial, sorry, gamma half minus half plus 1 divided by s to the power minus half plus 1. Gamma half equals to root over pi, remember it. This is the from the gamma beta function. This identity from where? Gamma beta function. So gamma half equals to root over pi divided by root s, and this is the result. Very easy and short method for finding Laplace transformation. And this one also, find the Laplace transform of 2 sin twice t cos 4t. Now we have f of t equals to what? Actually 2 into sin t 4t given function equals to, this can be written as 2 cos a sin b. 2 cos a sin b formula what? Sin a plus b by 2 sin c plus d by 2 plus sin c minus d by 2. Okay, sin c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. This equals to sin thrice t minus sin t. Just using linear properties of Laplace transformation, Laplace transformation of t can be written as Laplace transformation of sin thrice t minus Laplace transformation of what? Sin t. We have we must know about this Laplace transformation from our previous lecture. Laplace transformation of sin a t, what was? A divided by s square plus a square. So sin thrice t, what will be? 3 divided by s square plus 3 square minus Laplace transformation of sin t, a equals to 1 here. So 1 divided by s square minus plus 1 square. Very easy for you. Similarly 11 you can solve, and 12 also. Okay, so now finding the Laplace transform of 4 cos hyperbolic twice t sin hyperbolic 4t, sorry, sin only twice t sin 4t, and this is the hyperbolic function and this is the trigonometric function. Now f of t is given 4 into cos hyperbolic twice t sin 4t. This equals to what? You must know cos hyperbolic t equals to what? From the complex number relation between trigonometric function and exponential function, e to the power twice t plus e to the power minus twice t divided by 2, and sin 4t what was? E to the power 4it minus e to the power minus 4it divided by twice I. This is from complex numbers chapter in our previous lecture. So using these two exponential form, just multiplication, e to the power twice t multiply this, we get this one. E to the power minus twice t multiply with this, we get 4 terms. Okay, now Laplace transformation of t will be Laplace transformation of this plus minus Laplace transformation of this one, Laplace plus Laplace transformation of third term plus minus Laplace transformation of fourth term. Okay, using linear property, first property. So Laplace transformation of this e to the power at formula what was? 1 by s minus a, minus similar formula 1 by s minus a. From our previous lecture, we must know the Laplace transformation of e to the power at. What was? 1 by s minus a. A means what? 2 plus 4i. Okay, minus Laplace transformation of this, what will be? 1 divided by s minus a. A means what? 2 minus 4i plus Laplace transformation of e to the power at formula what was? 1 by s plus s minus a minus 2 minus 4i. Okay, minus Laplace transformation of this will be this. Similar formula. Just taking similar term in one side, 1 divided by s minus a 4 minus a, and taking LCM, we get this result. I hope very easy for you. Now existence theorem, very important theorem for you. Existence theorem for Laplace transform. Now Laplace theorem of the derivative f of t. Okay, Laplace transform of the derivative of f of t. So Laplace transformation of first derivative f of t equals to s into Laplace transformation of f of t minus f of 0. Remember this, we have to remember this property. This is the first derivative of Laplace transformation of first derivative. Now left hand side, Laplace transformation of first derivative function f of f dash t equals to, according to the definition of Laplace transformation, 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of first derivative of f of t dt. Okay, just putting the function, this function f dash t. Now integrating by parts, we get integrating by parts in this improper integration, we can write u into what, integration of f dash t. Integration of f dash t, what will be, f of t. Okay, so 0 to infinity limit values minus 0 to infinity. Now differentiation of e to the power minus st, what will be, differentiation of e to the power minus st, e to the power minus st into multiplying with the coefficient of t, coefficient of t, what, minus s. Okay, e to the power minus st, then f of t dt equals to minus, putting this limit, upper limit 0, we get 0. Okay, infinity e to the power minus infinity, what, 1 by e to the power infinity, 1 by e to the power infinity equals to 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity means what, 0. This is why we get, after putting infinity here, we get 0. Then after putting 0, e to the power 0 means what, 1, and f of 0 minus f of 0 after putting 0 here. Okay, plus minus minus plus, s is the actually constant here. This parameter becomes constant for this integration, improper integration. Now according to the definition of Laplace transformation, this equals to what, Laplace transformation of f of t. So this can be written as minus f of 0 plus s into L Laplace transformation of f of t. Okay, remember this equals to 0 when t tends to infinity. So this Laplace transformation of f dash t can be written as s into Laplace transformation of t minus f of 0. So very interesting theorem. We have to remember. হ্যালো, দেখা যাচ্ছে? Now Laplace transform of derivative of nth order function. Now Laplace transformation of nth order of f of t can be written as s to the power n Laplace transformation of f of t minus s to the power n minus 1 Laplace transformation of f of 0 minus s to the power n minus 2 first derivative of f of 0 minus s to the power n minus 3 second derivative of f of 0 minus dot dot f to the power n minus 1 and minus 1th order of f of 0. Actually this is a very important relation when we have to use to solve the partial differential equation and differential equations with the help of Laplace transformation, and then we have to use this relationship. So this is very important relations for Laplace transformation. Now we have already proved that Laplace transformation of f dash t, what, first derivative of f of t, what was, s into Laplace transformation of f of t minus f of 0. Now replacing f of t by f dash t and f dash t by f double dash t, that means second derivative t, in equation 1. This is equation number 1. Now replacing f dash t, f double dash t. Okay, then we get this one. Okay, putting the value of Laplace transformation of dash t from 1 and 2. From 1 we get this Laplace transformation of dash t, we put here. Okay, Laplace transformation of dash t values, what, this one. Just in this place we are using this relation, s into Laplace transformation of t minus f of 0. This is the third bracket, value of f dash t. Putting the values of f dash t, we get this one. Now Laplace transformation of f double dash t can be written as just multiplying with s square Laplace transformation of f t minus s into f of 0 minus f dash 0. Similarly we can write Laplace transformation of third derivative of f of t can be written as s cube Laplace transformation of f of t minus s square s square f of 0 minus s into first derivative of 0 minus double differentiation derivatives of f of 0. Okay, so at t equals to 0. Similarly, Laplace transformation of fourth derivative of f of t can be written as s to the power 4, just using the similar properties. Laplace transformation of f of t minus s cube uh, f of 0 minus s square first derivative of f of f at t equals to 0 minus s into the second derivatives of f of t at t equals to 0 minus third derivative of f of t at t equals to 0. So proceeding in this way, we can conclude that Laplace transformation of nth derivative of f t can be written as s to the power n Laplace transformation of t minus s to the power n minus 1 f of 0 minus s to the power n minus 2 f of first derivative of f of t at t equals to 0 minus s to the power n minus 3 second derivative of f of t at t equals to 0 plus dot dot minus and minus one derivative of f of t at t equals to 0. So very easy properties. I hope you can do it easily. So this is the Laplace transform of derivative of order n. Now example 13, given that Laplace transformation of 2 into root over t by pi equals to 1 divided by s to the power 3 by 2, then show that Laplace transformation of 1 by root over pi t equals to 1 by root over s. Now we'll try to prove this result. We are given f of t equals to 2 into root over t by pi, and so derivative of this can be written with respect to t. Differentiation of f with respect to t will be 1 by root over pi t. Okay, just taking differentiation with respect to t. Root over t means what? 1 by root over 1 by 2 root over t. So 2 will be cancelled. Now also f of 0 equals to what? 0. Just putting t equals to 0, we get f of 0. Now Laplace transformation of f dash t, first derivative of f will be s into, using the first equation number 1 from the above theorem. First derivative, Laplace transformation of first derivative of f of t will be s into Laplace transformation of t minus f of 0 equals to, just putting these values, we get the required result. Very easy. Now find the Laplace transformation of sine root over t, hence find Laplace transformation of cos root over t divided by 2 root over t. Now you must know the series sine root over t equals to what? Sine series sine x equals to what? X minus s cube by factorial 3 plus x to the power 5 by factorial 5 minus, in this way. Okay, now root over t, putting x equals to root over t, we get this series t to the power half, t to the power 3 by 2, t to the power 5 by 2. Okay, sine series, using this series we get this one. So Laplace transformation of sine root over t using the linear property of Laplace transform, we can write Laplace transformation of this whole series can be written as Laplace transformation of first t to the power half, t to the power, you must know Laplace transformation of t to the power n. In our previous lecture, what was? Gamma n plus 1 divided by s to the power n plus 1. Okay, so this means gamma 3 by 2 divided by s to the power 3 by 2. Similarly, Laplace transformation of t to the power 3 by 2 means what? Gamma 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by s to the power 3 by 2 plus 1. Similarly, t to the power 5 by 2, what will be? Gamma 5 by 2 plus 1, that means gamma 7 by 2 divided by s to the power 5 by 2 plus 1, that means s to the power 2 plus 7 plus 7 by 2. So plus dot dot, in this way we can proceed for other term of the series. Now just taking common, you must know gamma 3 by 2 means what? Half into gamma half, half into gamma half, then gamma half equals to root over 5. Okay, so taking common half into gamma half, we can write this series from here. Now root over pi divided by 2 to the power s to the power 3 by 2 equals to 1 minus this one. This series can be written as this. This is the exponential series, e to the power x equals to 1 plus x by factorial x square by factorial 2 plus x cube by factorial 3, in this way. So this series can be written as e to the power minus 1 by 4s. Okay, here x equals to what? 1 by 4s. 1 by 4s. So Laplace transformation of sine root over t can be written as this. Now Laplace transformation of first derivative of this sine root over t s into Laplace transformation of sine root over t minus f of 0. F of 0 means 0 from the given function. So Laplace transformation of first derivative of t what was s into f of s. So Laplace transformation of this means what? Cos root over t divided by 2 into root over t can be written as this one. Okay. In this way, Laplace transformation of cos root over t divided by root t equals to root over 5 of 5 divided by root over 5 e to the power minus 4s. And this will be what? 4s. Printing mistake here. I hope if you practice at home, you can find this. Now Laplace transform of integral of f of t, another property. Laplace transform of integral of f of t. So Laplace transformation of 0 to t f of t dt can be written as 1 by s f of s. This was the another important property from our list. Okay, we must know Laplace transformation of t what? F of s. Now we'll try to prove this. Let phi of t equals to 0 to t integration of 0 to t f of t dt and phi of 0 equals to 0, then first derivative of t equals to f of t. Actually these two initial condition are given for this integral equation. This, so we know the formula of Laplace transformation of phi of t, phi dash t. First derivative of t what was? Laplace transformation of first derivative of phi t what was? S into Laplace transformation of phi t minus f phi of 0. But phi of 0 what? 0. This is why we get only Laplace transformation of phi t equals to s into Laplace transformation of this. This will cancel because this equals to 0. Now Laplace transformation of phi t equals to 1 by s Laplace transformation of phi dash t by what? Shifting property, you must know. Now putting the values of phi t and phi dash t, we get what? In our given integral of Laplace transform, Laplace transformation of 0 to t f of t dt equals to 1 by s Laplace transformation of f of t. So this f of t, Laplace transformation of f of t can be written as Laplace transformation 0 to f of t dt equals to 1 by s. This is capital F, f of s. So this is the proof of this property. Similarly, Laplace transformation of integral of f of t corresponds to the division of Laplace transformation of f t by s. We can write opposite of this Laplace transformation of f of t 0 to t by dt equals to inverse Laplace transformation of f of 1 by s f of s. Inverse, taking inverse on both sides, we get this property. Now another property, Laplace transformation of t into f of t, multiplying by t with the function f of t. If Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s, then Laplace transformation of multiplied by t to the power n into f of t equals to can be written as minus 1 to the power n nth derivative of f of s with respect to s. D to the power n ds to the power n means what? Nth derivative of f of s with respect to s. Here s is the variable for a differentiation. Now very important properties. Now we'll try to prove this. Now Laplace transformation of f of t by the definition we know must this from our first lecture. By the definition of Laplace transformation, we can write f of t equals to f of s equals to 0 to infinity to the minus st f of t dt. Now differentiating one with respect to s, we get first derivative of f of s equals to dds 0 to infinity, this one. Okay. Now differentiation of this can be written as 0 to infinity partial differentiation of e to the power minus st as f of t dt. because differentiation will be what? Partial, because s is the variable here. Now 0 to infinity minus this is the UV process. Remember it. Not UV, e to the power minus st differentiation what? E to the power minus st differentiation, e to the power minus e to the power mx formula what? E to the power mx, e to the power mx into m, multiplying with the coefficient of t. Sorry, multiplying with the coefficient of s. Coefficient of s what? Minus t. Okay, then f of t dt. 0 to infinity e to the power minus st minus t f of t dt. So Laplace transformation of minus t f of t can be written as this. This is now this third bracket, whole third bracket between these two third bracket, this become the function f of t. So f of t in the place of f of t, we can place minus t into f of t. Okay, Laplace transformation of this is this by the definition of Laplace transformation. So this can be written as Laplace transformation of t into f of t what? Minus 1 to the power 1 this is the first derivative. Okay, dds f of s. This just taking minus on both sides, we get this one. Similarly, for the second derivatives, for the first derivative we get minus 1 to the power 1. So for the second derivative, that means t square into f of t can be written as minus 1 to the power 2 d square ds square f of s. Okay, similarly for the Laplace transformation of t cube into f of t can be written as what? Minus 1 cube d cube by ds cube f of s. Okay, dot dot, we can write down Laplace transformation of t to the power n into f of t can be written as what? This one, minus 1 to the power n nth derivative of f of s with respect to s. This is very easy proof for you. Now initial and final value theorem, another properties of Laplace transform. Initial value theorem, Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s. You must know by the definition, but this can be written as we can represent this as a limit. Limit t tends to 0 f of t equals to limit s tends to infinity s into f of s, provided the limit exists. There is a condition for this limit must exist. Then we can write these properties. When t tends to 0, then limit of f of t can be written as limit s tends to 0 s into f of s. Proof is very easy. Laplace transformation of first derivative of t can be written as this. Okay, s into Laplace transformation of t minus f of 0. Now according by the definition, 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f dash t dt equals to s into f of s minus this. Now taking limit on both sides, s tends to infinity and s tends to infinity. Okay, now this taking limit on both sides, limit s tends to infinity, this is the by the definition of Laplace transformation s into f of s. Okay, limit s tends to infinity f of 0 means f of 0 plus 0 to infinity limit s tends to infinity e to the power minus st f dash t dt, alternating on both sides. Okay, taking this in left hand side and this on right hand side, we get this one. So this can be written as f of 0 plus 0 to infinity f of 0 because limit s tends to infinity to the minus st what? 0. Because e to the power when we put s equals to infinity, then e to the power minus infinity what? 1 by e to the power infinity. 1 by e to the power infinity means 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity what? 0. This is why this limit will be 0. That means this whole 0. So f of 0 equals plus 0. That means f of 0. F of 0 means what? Limit t tends to 0 f of t. That means the value of the limit values of f of t at t tends to 0. That means we have proved the result. Now final value theorem, if we are given Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s, then this can be written as limit t tends to infinity f of t equals to limit s tends to infinity s into f of s, provided the limit exists. Here s tends to 0, remember it. Okay, but in our first one, what? S tends to infinity. Okay, So similar properties here, t tends to infinity and s tends to 0, opposite of the previous one, initial value theorem. Similar proof, this is left for you. I am not proving this. Remember this, limit s tends to 0, e to the power minus st what 1. Just using this property we get the result. Now we'll try to solve some example related to this. Now exponential integral function, t tends to infinity to the power minus x divided by x dx. Let f of t equals to t integration limit t tends to infinity e to the power minus x divided by x dx. First derivative what will be? First derivative of f of t will be minus e to the power minus t by dt. Okay, this implies multiplying by t on both sides we get this one. Now taking Laplace transform on both sides, okay, we get this one. This is the first derivative, t into a first derivative of f of t. We must know this result, minus 1 dds of capital F of s. Okay, so s into f of s minus f of 0 equals to this Laplace transformation of e to the power minus t, what was minus 1 by s plus 1 from our previous lecture, e to the power a t, m is what minus 1. So dds s f of s equals to 1 by s plus 1. Now since f of 0 equals to constant, and so differentiation of constant will be what 0. Now integrating on both sides, differentiation integrating on both sides on with respect to s into f of s equals to 1 by x formula what log x. Okay, 1 by x integration what log x plus c. Now by the final value theorem you must know this relation, final value theorem. Hence limit s tends to infinity s into f of s equals to limit s tends to 0, putting this f of t, okay, log s plus 1 plus c, putting the s equals to 0, log 1 equals to what log 1, putting s equals to 0, log 1, log 1 equals to 0, so 0 plus c only c. That means this equals to what c. Also another properties, limit t tends to infinity f of t can be written as limit t tends to infinity t to infinity f of t what was e to the power minus x divided by x in our given function. This is the given function, dx will be equals to 0. Just one time practice you can know the example. Putting the values of limit s tends to 0, these values and these limit values from 3 and 4 in equation number 2, we get c equals to 0. Hence from equation 1, s into f of s can be written as this one, log s plus 1 divided by s. Okay, these values equals to log s plus 1 by s. Now another example, example 16, find the Laplace transformation of t into sin at. Laplace transformation of t into sin at can be written as t into this exponential form of sin at, e to the power iat minus e to the power minus iat divided by twice I. Then using the linear properties we get Laplace transformation of first one minus Laplace transform of second one. So 1 by twice I, this is the from derivative properties, Laplace transformation of product of multiplied with t to the power n properties, we have proved this result. Laplace transformation of t into e to the power iat can be written as minus d first derivative of f of s. That means Laplace transformation of f of t. So similarly this can be written as first derivative Laplace transformation of e to the power iat. This equals to 1 by twice I, first derivative of this 1 by x formula what minus 1 by x square, 1 by x differentiation what 1 by x, x means what s minus twice ai, x equals to 1 by s minus ai, then differentiation of 1 by f, 1 by x formula what minus 1 by x square, this is why minus minus cancel, and coefficient of s what 1, this is why no impact here, minus 1 by s plus a, differentiation what 1 by s plus a with respect to s minus 1 by s plus ia whole square. Now simplifying this we get this one, just taking LCM, this is the result, Very easy result for you. Similarly, you can find the Laplace transform of t into sin hyperbolic t. Sin hyperbolic t, we got this from our previous lecture. Then t into this will be first derivative of this result. Very easy, just using the properties of Laplace transformation. Similarly, t square into cos at, Laplace transformation of cos at, what was s divided by s square plus s square from our previous lecture. Now Laplace transformation of t square multiplied function with t square using the properties multiplying by t to the power n with f of t properties, we get this one because second derivative minus 1 to the power minus 1 whole square, second derivative of Laplace transformation of cos at. Laplace transformation of cos at, what was s divided by s square plus s square, s divided by s square plus s square. Now differentiation of this, what will be u by b process, u by b process in denominator b square, b into ddx of u minus u into ddx of b. Okay, then one derivatives will be decreased, so dds into u by b process of differentiation of what s by s square plus s square. Then first differentiation of this after simplifying. Now another differentiation here, u by b process. So u will be s square minus s square and b equals to what will be s square plus s square whole square. So b square, b into ddx of u minus u into ddx of b, where u equals to s square minus s square and b equals to what s square plus s square whole square. So making differentiation, we get this one. Now simplifying, we get this, and we get the result this one. Now obtain the Laplace transform of t square et for at, multiplying three functions of f of t. Three functions, multiplication of three, one trigonometric function, one exponential function, and one algebraic function. So multiplication of three function at a time, we have tried to find the Laplace transform of this product. Now first of all, Laplace transformation of sin 4t equals to, you must know, sin at, what was a divided by s square plus s square from our previous lecture. Now Laplace transformation e to the power t sin 4t, what was this 4 divided by s minus 1 whole square plus s square, m is what 4. So Laplace transformation of t into e to the power t sin 4t will be, since we have to use the properties of what multiplying by t property, so minus 1 first derivative of this Laplace transformation of for this product. Okay, we get this. Now differentiation of this with respect to s, u by b process, b square, b into u differentiation of u minus u into b differentiation. Okay, then we get this one. Now Laplace transformation of t square into e to the power t for sin 4t will be what, another multiplying by another t with this, so minus into first differentiation of previous result. We have to use another formula for this differentiation formula, u by b process, b square, b into ddx of u, u means what numerator, u minus u into numerator into what ddx of b, that means ddx of denominator. Then we get this one. Actually this is the main result of this Laplace transformation. I hope if you do practice, you must and follow the previous lecture, you can finish. Now find the Laplace transformation of the function t into e to the power minus t sin t. Similarly, Laplace transformation of sin t, what was a divided by s square plus s square, here a equals to 2. Similarly, Laplace transformation of e to the power a t sin twice t, what was a divided by s plus 1 whole square divided by s square, m is what 2. And this is the Laplace transformation can be taken as f of s. So Laplace transformation of t into e to the power minus t sin twice t can be written as minus first derivative of f of s. Okay, so minus ddx first derivative of this one f of s, u by b process. U by b process means what, in denominator b square, in numerator b into ddx of u minus u into ddx of b, Then we get this one. After simplifying this will be the result for you. So you can solve every exercise using these properties. Now another property, Laplace transform of 1 by t f of t. That means division
Hello,
by
sir.
t with the original function.
Hello, sir.
Now if Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s, then Laplace transformation of 1 by t f of t can be written as integral limit s tends to infinity f of s ds. That means if the Laplace transformation of f of t equals to f of s, then 1 by t properties of f of t can be written as this integration. Now we know that Laplace transformation of t equals to what? F of s according to the definition of Laplace transformation. So this f of s equals to what will be? By the definition of Laplace transformation, 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t dt. Equation number 1. Now integrating equation 1 with respect to s on both sides. Okay. And then limit will be what? S tends to infinity. S tends to infinity f of s ds, s tends to infinity, this whole one. Now 0 to infinity f of t s tends to infinity to the power minus st ds dt. This integration with respect to s, remember it. So other variable will be treated as constant. So s tends to infinity to the power minus st ds integration what will be? E to the power mx integration what? E to the power mx dividing by the coefficient of x. That means dividing with the coefficient of s. Coefficient of s what? Minus t. And putting the limit within third bracket, s tends to infinity. Now 0 to infinity minus f of t, this f of t. Now putting the limit, if you put t equals to infinity, we get this value what? 0. And if we put t equals to s, then we get 0 minus e to the power minus st. That means 0 to infinity e to the power minus st 1 by t f of t. So this according to the definition of Laplace transformation, this is the definition of what? This is the Laplace transform of what? Laplace transformation of 1 by t f of t. This become full function 1 by t f of t. So very easy properties. So Laplace transformation of 1 by t f of t can be written as 0 to infinity f of s ds. Similarly, inverse Laplace transformation of this can be written as 1 by t f of t, single function. Inverse Laplace transformation, taking L inverse on both sides, we can write these properties. Similarly, using this property, we can solve we can find Laplace transform of different function. Sin twice t divided by t, Laplace transformation of this one. Laplace transformation of sin twice t equals to 2 divided by s square plus 2 square. In our previous lecture, Laplace transformation of sin t what was? A divided by s square plus s square. Here a equals to 2. This is why 2 divided by s square plus 2 square. Now Laplace transformation of sin twice t divided by 2 by the properties of 1 by t properties, dividing by t properties, s tends to infinity, 2 divided by s, f of s. F of s means what? Laplace transformation of sin twice t. Now just taking this integration, 1 by s square plus s square formula what? Tan inverse s by a. Do you know? 1 by s square plus s square formula what? Integration tan inverse s by a. Now putting s equals to infinity, tan inverse infinity minus tan inverse s by a, s by 2. Tan inverse infinity means what? 90 degree. At 90 degree, tan undefined. Okay. So pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by a. This is the actually result. This means actually cot inverse s by 2, because tan inverse s by 2 plus cot inverse s by 2 equals to pi by 2. You must know from intermediate trigonometry chapter. inverse trigonometry chapter. Tan inverse s by 2 plus cot inverse s by 2 equals to pi by 2. You can write this result also. Now similarly, Laplace, you can find the Laplace transform of this function sin a t divided by t. Using the previous basic function, Laplace transformation of basic functions, Laplace transformation of sin a t, what was a divided by a square plus a square. Similarly, Laplace transformation of sin a t divided by a t using the division properties of Laplace transformation, s tends to infinity, Laplace transformation of f of s ds. But similarly, tan inverse s by a, putting the upper limit, we get pi by 2. Putting the lower limit, we get s by a. It's similar. Now we can find out the Laplace transform of this one. F of t equals to cos a t minus cos b t divided by t. Then we know that Laplace transformation of this using linear properties. Okay, we get divided by Laplace transformation of cos a t, what? S divided by s square plus s square. Similarly, cos bt will be s divided by s square plus b square. Then using the dividing by t properties, previous theorem, Laplace transformation, this will be s to infinity, s divided by s square plus s square minus s divided by s square plus b square. This will be the Laplace transformation of this. Okay, f of s, that means f of s in the theorem. ds equals to s divided by s square plus s square, formula what? 1 by x formula what? Log x. 1 by x formula log x. Then 1 by x formula what? Log x. Then s square differentiation, what will be? Twice s. Okay, then s will be cancelled. Okay, similarly, s divided by s square plus b square, integration, what will be? Log s square plus b square. Now putting upper limit infinity and lower limit s. Then log m minus log n, formula what? Log m by n. Okay, properties of logarithm. When minus, then there will be division in log. So half log, making s square common from numerator and denominator, we get this one. So this is the actually result. পরের সমস্যা হবে দেখা যাচ্ছে? হ্যালো,
যাচ্ছে স্যার, যাচ্ছে
হ্যাঁ হ্যালো,
যাচ্ছে স্যার, ক্লিয়ার।
হ্যাঁ, Laplace transform of error function, Laplace transform of error function. Find the Laplace transform of error root over t, error function root over t. Hence the proof that this one. First of all, we have to find out the properties of error function. Error function টা আমরা properties তো ইয়ে করে নেই। Now this is the standard error function. We know that error function of root over t equals to 2 by root over pi 0 to root over t e to the power minus x square dx. From the definition of error function, we can write this. Now 2 divided by root over pi is 0 to root over t e to the power minus x square can be written as series, because e to the power x series what? 1 by x square by factorial 1, x cube by x square by factorial 2 plus x cube by 3 in this way. Okay, so there is a minus before x square. This is why 1 minus plus minus plus in this way the series will be dx. So 2 divided by root over pi, 1 integration what with respect to x, x square integration what? X cube by 3. Okay, x to the power 4 integration what? X to the power 5 by 5. 5 into 2 what? 10. Then x to the power 6 integration what will be? X to the power 7 by 7. Then factorial 3 means what? 6. 6 7 multiplied 12, 42 in dot dot in this way, and limit will be 0 to root over t. Just putting upper limit x equals to root over t, we get this one. And if we put 0 lower limit, all will be 0, so no need to put 0. Now Laplace transformation of error function root over t will be 2 by root over 5. Laplace transformation of t to the power half, we must know gamma half plus 1 divided by s to the power half plus 1 from our previous lecture, you must know. Minus Laplace transformation of t to the power 3 by 2, what will be gamma 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by s to the power 3 plus 1. Okay, similarly we can write this Laplace transform. Now gamma 3 by 2 means what? Half into gamma half. Gamma 5 by 2 means what? 3 by 2 into half into gamma half. So gamma half will be common, and gamma half equals to root over pi. So we get this result. 1 by s to the power 3 by 2 will be common from each term of the series. So this series can be written as like this. So 1 minus half into 1 by s plus minus half minus 3 by 2 into factorial 2 1 by s square, and minus half minus 3 by 2 minus 5 by 2 into factorial 3, just arranging the term, we can 1 by s cube plus dot dot. This whole series can be written as 1 plus 1 by s to the power minus half according to the binomial series. Actually this is the binomial series of what? 1 plus 1 by s to the power minus half. So using this binomial series, we can write 1 by s to the power 3 by 2. This means what? 1 divided by root over this. That means 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by s. Then we can write opposite of what? 1, this s divided by s plus 1. And this is the result for Laplace transformation of error function of this. Now Laplace transformation of error function of 2 into root over t, what will be? Laplace transformation of error function of root over 4t equals to 1 by 4, 1 by s divided by 4, as just taking s by 4. Okay. Similarly, Laplace transformation t into error function of this, we have to use the property multiplied with t. Okay, that means minus first derivative of f of s. Okay, so first derivative of this u by b process, differentiation of this, we can write x to n formula what? N into x to n minus 1. S is the variable. So Laplace transformation of error function root over t can be written as 1 by root over s plus 1, root over s plus 1 plus 1. This is the standard Laplace transformation of error function, and this proof left for you. I will try it to home. Now Laplace transform of unit function. Laplace transformation of u into t minus a can be written as e to the power minus s divided by s. We can prove within one line this Laplace transformation u into t minus a can be written as, by the definition of Laplace transformation 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t. F of t means what? U into t minus a. But 0 to a within t equals to a. Okay, 0 to a e to the power minus st, we get value what? F of t value at t equals to 0, at t equals to a, this value what? 0 plus a to infinity e to the power minus st 1. And this equals to this value 0 and this 1 in simple integration e to the power minus st divided by s e to the power mx formula. E to the power m means what? Minus s dividing with the coefficient of s, because we are integrating with respect to t. Now putting upper limit and lower limit, we get this result. Very easy result for you. Unit function. Laplace transform of unit function. Now express the following in terms of unit step functions and find its Laplace transform. Now f of t equals to 8 when t less than 2, and f of t equals to 6 when t greater or equal to 2. Okay. Now f of t can be written as 8 plus 0 t less than 0, 6 can be written as what? 8 minus 2 t greater or equal to 0. And this can be written as 8 plus 0 and minus 2 for this individual interval. Now this can be written as 8 plus minus 2 into 0 and 1, taking common minus 2. Similar this. So this can be written as 8 minus 2 into u into t minus u. That means using the previous properties. So Laplace transformation of f of t equals to what? Here u equals to what? 8 into Laplace transformation of 1 minus 2 into Laplace transformation u into t minus 2. So using these properties, above properties, we can solve easily this one. Okay, here u equals to what? 2. U equals to 2. Okay, u equals to 2. This is why e to the power s means what? E to the power twice s. Unit function property. Using the unit function property, we can prove easily. Now another one, second shifting theorem or second shifting property. See, if the Laplace transformation of f of t is f of s, then Laplace transformation of f of t minus a into u t minus a can be written as u into minus a e to the power minus s into Laplace transformation of f of t. Okay, product of this. Now this left hand side equals to, by the definition of Laplace transformation, we can write this one, this whole f of t. Okay, so first of all we have to take 0 to a, then a to infinity, because this there are two intervals for a greater than 0 and another is a less than 0. So 0 to a f of t value f of t value what? 0, and a to infinity f of t value what? 1, using unit function. Okay, so we get this one. Now putting u equals to t minus a 0 to infinity e to the power minus s u plus a f of u du, e to the power minus s a 0 to infinity e to the power minus s u f of u du. So this is the second shifting theorem or second shifting property. By the definition of Laplace transform, we can write this one. Okay, now you can solve this example. Express the following function in terms of unit step function. Unit step function f of t equals to t minus 1 when t lies between 1 and 2, and f of t equals to 3 minus t when t lies between 2 and 3, and find its Laplace transform. Very important example for you. And f of t is given function. Now using the above theorem, t minus 1 common. Okay, here t minus 1 common, u into t minus 1 minus u into t minus 2. Then again 3 minus t common, 3 minus t common, u into t minus 2 minus u into t minus 3. So this can be written as t minus 1 u t minus 1 and t minus 1 multiplied t minus 3 minus t multiplied. Okay, so t minus 1 u t minus 1 t minus 1 into u t minus 2 t 2 into t minus 2 common. Okay, taking common we can write. Now using the above properties, this one Laplace transformation of t minus a u t minus a equals to what? E to the power minus s f of s. Here a equals to what? A equals to 1. A equals to 1. T minus 1 means what? A equals to 1. So e to the power minus 1s into f of s. F of s means what? Laplace transformation of t minus 2 into e to the power minus. For the second one, t equals a equals to what? 2. Here a equals to what? 2. So e to the power minus twice s, Laplace transformation of f of t. Similarly, for the third part, t equals to, here a equals to what? 3. Okay, e to the power minus 3s, Laplace transformation of f of t. So this can be written as like this. Laplace transformation of the discrete function f of t can be written as e to the power minus s, Laplace transformation of t common, but Laplace transformation of t equals to 1 by s square. Similarly, we can solve this example, Laplace transformation of capital F of t. If capital F of t is sin t minus pi by 3 when t greater than pi by 3, and f of t will be 0 when t less than pi by 3. So using the shifting properties, second shifting properties, Laplace transform f of t can be written e to the power minus s a equals to what? 3 by 2. minus as pi by 3. So Laplace transformation of sin t when t equals to what, pi by 3. So e to the power minus as pi by 3 Laplace transformation of sin t means what, from our basic function 1 by s square plus 1. Now another theorem for shifting property. Laplace transformation of t u into t minus a equals to e to the power minus as Laplace transformation of f of t plus a. We can prove this result. Laplace transformation of this whole one left hand side. This equals to by using definition of Laplace transform 0 to infinity e to the power minus st this whole function f of t dt. Now 0 to a e to the power minus st this whole function f of t. First of all, taking first interval, then second interval a to infinity from the given function. So 0 to, at 0 to a functional value what will be 0. Now a to infinity functional value what, 1 unit function property. So this integration e to the power minus s where y equals to t minus a. Taking y equals to t minus a, we get this one. So e to the power minus s and e to the power minus sy f of y plus a dy. Actually, this whole can be written as e to the power minus st f of t plus a. Y equals to, taking y equals to t. We can change parameter easily. Okay, as our choice. So this can be written as Laplace transformation of f of t plus a. So this is the proof of the theorem. Using this theorem, we can find the Laplace transformation of t square into u into t minus 3. Okay, t square into u into t minus 3 can be written as this one, t minus 3 whole square plus 6 into t minus 3 plus 9 u into t minus 3. Using the property of multiplying by with t properties, then Laplace transformation this will be this plus this Laplace transformation of this, Laplace transformation of this, and Laplace transformation of this one. Okay, very easy for you. You can use this alternative method for finding this one, previous shifting property. (35) will be homework for you. This f of Laplace transformation. There are 3 function and 3 intervals. Okay, this will be homework for you. Using the same theorem, you can prove, you can find this result. Now periodic function property. Periodic function. If f of t be a periodic function with period capital T, then Laplace transformation of f of t equals to 0 to capital T e to the power minus st f of t dt 1 minus e to the power minus s capital T. Remember it. Here a small t and here capital T. So this is the important properties of periodic functions for Laplace transformation. Now proof Laplace transformation of t can be written as by the definition 0 to infinity to the minus st f of t dt. Now taking period t period 0 to capital T to the power minus st f of t dt plus capital T to second period twice t plus twice second period to third period plus dot dot. In this way, we can find infinite period. We can write this integration for infinite period and infinite series of integration. Now substituting small t equals to u plus capital T in the second integral and t equals to u plus 2 twice t in the third integral, and so on. We can write down this first integral Laplace transform f of t can be written as 0 to capital T e to the minus st f of t dt 0 to capital T to the power minus s u equals to what will be for the second one u plus capital T. Okay, third one u plus twice t in this way, and for the fourth one u plus thrice t. Okay, in this way we will proceed. After proceeding this, we can we can write down this e to the 0 to t e to the minus st f of t dt e to the minus st using shifting property. Okay, 0 to capital T e to the su f of u du. Similarly, this twice t will be removed if we multiply it with twice s. Okay, twice st. This twice t multiplied with exponential uh, coefficient of s with the s twice t. By using the shifting property, we get this one, this series. Now 0 to capital T to the minus t f of t dt e to the minus st. This u can be written as s for our choice, own choice. Parameter can be changed e to the minus t f t dt, and this also has f t dt. So we can take common 0 to t e to the power minus st f of t dt. This is the Laplace transformation of this and this series, exponential series. 1 plus s square plus a cube plus dot dot. This infinite series can be written as what? 1 by 1 minus a. You must know sum of infinite series what? 1 by 1 minus a. So this can be written as this is also infinite series whose common ratio equals to what? Second term divided by first term what? E to the minus st. So a is the actually 1 divided by a equals to first term equals to 1 divided by 1 minus q. Q means what? Common ratio. Here a is the common ratio. Common ratio means what? Second term divided by first term or third term divided by second term. This is the infinite series. This is why. So this is the result for the periodic functions theorem. Very important theorem. Okay. Now find the Laplace transform of the waveform. Actually, this is the also periodic function waveform. Periodic function f of t equals to 2t divided by 3, where t lies between 0 and 3. 0 less equal to t less equal to 3. So Laplace transformation of f of t equals to, we must know from the periodic function theorem of Laplace, this one. Okay. So Laplace transformation of twice t by 3 will be what? In replace of f of t, we have to use twice t by 3. Okay. This will be as constant 0 to 3 because third period, 3 period here. 0 to 3 means what? 3 period. So 0 to 3 e to the power minus st. F of t means what? 2 by 3t. Okay. Dt. 1 by 1 by minus 3, 0 to 3. This integration with respect to t. T into e to the power minus st. Integration what will be? UV process. U into integration of b minus differentiation of u integration of b. That means t into e to the integration of e to the power minus st will be what? E to the power minus st divided by s. Dividing with the coefficient of t minus differentiation of t what? 1. Okay. Then integration of integration of e to the power minus st. What will be? E to the power minus st divided by minus s. So minus s what will be? S square. And integral limits will be 0 to 3. Putting upper limits, we get this one, this 2, and putting lower limits 0. This will be 0, and only we get this 1 by s square. E to the power 0 means what? 1. So this is the result. Very easy. Just putting periodic Laplace transform of periodic function. Similarly, we can draw the graph and find the Laplace transform of the triangular wave function period 2. Twice c. Period will be twice c. 0 to twice c. F of t equals to t when t lies between 0 and c, and f of t will be twice c minus t when t lies between c and twice c. So here we are given period equals to twice c. So Laplace transformation of periodic function, this you must know. Now Laplace transformation of f of t can be written as capital T. In the place of capital T, we are using twice c. Okay. Now on putting the values of f of t equals to, there are two f of t values. One is only t, another is twice c minus t. Okay. When 0 to integral limit 0 to c, then f of t equals to what? Only t. When c to twice c limit, then f of t equals to what? Twice c minus t. This is given. A capital T equals to here twice c. Remember it. Now one this exists here. Now UV process formula and integral limit 0 to c, and this is also UV process formula. Okay. U into twice c minus t means what? U. u into integration of e to the power minus st. That means this minus differentiation of twice c minus t, what? Minus 1. Twice c constant 0. So only minus 1 will be differentiation of twice c minus t. And again integration of this e to the power minus st will be e to the power minus t st, and dividing with the coefficient of t. That means minus s. So there are two minuses. Now putting upper limit and lower limit, we get 0. Very easy integration. Now simplifying, we get the required result. Now example, another example, example 40. F of t value to, equals to t when t lies between 0 and pi, and f of t equals to pi minus t when t lies between pi to 2 pi. That means twice pi is the period. Capital T equals to what will be? Twice pi. Now Laplace transform of periodic function. This is the formula, and this using this one, 0 to twice pi, capital T equals to twice pi e to the power minus st. F of t means what? This f of t are, there are two intervals. This is why 0 to pi f of t equals to t, and pi to twice pi f of t equals to what? Pi minus t. Using similar process, UV process, UV process integration, and this is also UV process integration. Just simplifying, we get the required result. And this is the graphical depiction for this. This is pi and this is the twice pi. Okay, this point will be pi into pi, x equals to pi and y equals to pi. Here x equals to twice pi and y equals to minus pi only. Okay, so this is the required result. And 41 will be homework for you, and every example you can solve using the periodic function properties of Laplace. Remember it. And this is important properties, especially in engineering. We have to apply this Laplace transformation and shifting properties also. Now another important properties for Laplace transform. When a large force acts for a short time, then the product of force and the time is called impulse in applied mechanics. In mechanical engineering, especially when a large force acts for a short time, very short time, explosion will be big. Then the product of the force and the time is called impulse in applied mechanics, and the unit impulse function is the limiting function. Then del of t minus 1 can be written as 1 by epsilon. Epsilon is very small. Small t lies between a and a plus epsilon. Otherwise 0. So the value of the function, that means height of the strip in the figure, becomes infinite as epsilon tends to infinity, and the area of the rectangle is unity. Here the y function, and this is the t values, x-axis. T is the time. For a short time, f of t will be big, very big. Okay, then we get impulse function. Remember it. So for t equals to a, these values, and for t equals to a plus epsilon, that means this small length will be epsilon. Okay, area of this strip will be unit area of this strip. Now this impulse function, del t minus a equals to infinity when t equals to a, and 0 when t is not equals to a. So in improper integration of this integral impulse function will be, area will be what? U1. This indicates the whole area of the strips. Okay, now using the Laplace transform on impulse function, unit impulse function. So Laplace transform of unit impulse function will be 0 to infinity f of t unit impulse function dt equals to, limit will be what? A plus epsilon f of t 1 by epsilon dt. Okay, this equals to what? 1 by epsilon. Now if it this mean value theorem, you must know this comes from what? From where? Mean value theorem. From calculus in first semester, you must know differential calculus, especially a to b f of t dt equals to what? This interval b minus a f of eta. Okay, but eta lies between these two interval a and a plus epsilon. Then we can write this function a plus epsilon minus a f of eta by using this mean value theorem. So a cancel, epsilon epsilon cancel, so f of eta. So this total area of impulse function at t equals to a can be written as f of a. This whole indicate the area. Okay. Now if f of t equals to e to the power minus st and Laplace transformation of this will be what? E to the power minus s. Similarly, we can evaluate this minus infinity to plus infinity to the power minus 5t impulse function del t minus 2 dt. So e to the power minus 5s. 5t del t minus 2 can be written as what? E to the power minus 5 into 2 equals to e to the power minus 10 impulse function. Using impulse function properties, we get this one. Similarly, we can find the Laplace transform of t cube del t minus 4. That means Laplace transform of t cube del t minus 4 will be 0 to infinity to the power minus st t cube del t minus 4. Then it will be what? 4 cube e to the power minus 4s. T equals to 4. T equals to what? 4. This is why e to the power minus st not 4t. T equals to 4. So putting t equals to 4, we can get easily. Now this last properties will be convolution theorem. In next we will discuss about this. So hello, understand everybody? I will give you a record of this. Then you can practice. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So actually there are many properties of Laplace transform and we have proved a maximum properties. So if you do practice and I will give you this lecture sheet on Google Classroom, then you can practice easily. And if you face any problems, then you can tell me in next class. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it.
So today we will discuss actually Laplace transform, properties of Laplace transform and its application. First of all, remember that we have to understand the first lecture first. That means what is Laplace transformation, what's the uses and application of Laplace transformation, and then why we are using this in engineering especially. So we have to follow the first lecture, then you can follow second lecture. Without following first lecture, you cannot understand this lecture, because we have proved many properties of Laplace transform in this lecture using the basic function, finding the basic function of Laplace transform from our first lecture. So we have used many results from our first lecture. So we have to follow this one first of all. Okay, thanks to everybody. Best wishes for you.
Thank you, sir.
जी सर, जी सर.
At